Okay, y'all, good morning. Story time. So today I'm gonna give you the story of a truck driver. He started his own trucking business. He purchased 2 trucks. Now, to purchase a truck, I want to explain it. You can get a new truck for over $100,000 or so, but you also can buy a used semi truck, and you might can find a good used one for $60,000 or $80,000. But when you finance it, that 60 or 80 turns into 100 and something, because after they put the interest and all of that stuff on there, you know, you end up paying a lot more for it. So he got the 2 trucks, he financed them. They were new, they were used, okay? He hired 4 drivers, because what he did was he did team driving. And what that means is when you have a team, the truck moves a lot more than it would with a single driver, because each driver only have, I think it's 10 hours, and then they have to rest and reset their clock. Something like that. I'm not a driver, so if I got the timing off, understand what I mean. But when you have a team driver, one driver can drive his shift, which could be 10 hours, and then the second driver will drive 10 hours while the other driver sleeps. So basically your truck is moving a lot more. And then sometimes you have to reset, and that reset is like 48 hours or something like that. Please don't bite my head off if I got it wrong, but I'm just quoting what I remember from when my husband used to drive. Well, anyway, he did that. He got teams and everything, started getting the jobs. Everything was going good. And then one of the trucks broke down while they had a load. So he had to pull the other drivers to pick up that load and then get the truck fixed. And while he get the truck fixed, he also had to put the drivers up because they couldn't sleep in the truck. So this happened a few times. And what happened was the expenses for him to fix the truck, the expenses for him to house the drivers, like in the hotels until the truck got fixed, it just ate up all of the savings that he had. And so he started running, you know, frantically. So he had to get the jobs done. When he got paid from the job, he had to pay the drivers. And then he still had the truck notes. He still had the other expenses. And then he had opened up an account, you know, to get parts for the truck, you know, and then to do the oil changes for the truck. He had an account. And when he first opened it, it wasn't really a problem because he had the funds to pay all of the bills. But within 6 months' time, his expenses became pretty like high. And he was trying to figure out how to fix the whole issue, because he was running on a deficit every single week, you know. And then the trucks kept breaking down. He kept having a problem with the trucks. And I know that this story is going to resonate with a lot of people, because I know that we purchased our truck from Kenworth, and we felt like Kenworth was the best, and they turned out to be the worst, I believe, you know. And if you guys feel like, no, you know, it's different than what I'm thinking it is, listen. To me, I feel like Kenworth is a part of the issue. I feel like they are selling these lemon trucks, and they are working with the finance company, And these people are going out of business because they're losing money. So I'm going to continue with the story, what happened. And so he continued business for like a year and a half. And then other issues started coming up where they were literally, okay? They were literally changing the price for the drivers. Like on average, a driver was making like maybe $2 a mile, and that went all the way down. It was like $2.50 a mile. It went all the way down to like $1 and something a mile. Then on top of that, the fuel was going up tremendously, and it was hard to keep up with the fuel cost because they were lowering the price for the driver, and then they also the fuel was going up, so his situation became worse. And then he was thinking, let's take out a loan to keep things going. And so he asked me to do a projection based off of what was going on. When I did the projection, he would have eaten up the loan that he was going to take out in 3 months, and he wouldn't have recouped anything. So I told him that I thought that it was a bad idea to take out the loan to save the business. Now, yes, he did close the business. The business did shut down. But imagine what it would have been if we hadn't did that projection and he took out that loan. He would have lost even more. So I tell this story to tell you guys the importance of finding you a good accountant, finding you someone that will advocate for you, that will work for you, and they will work for you. They will make sure that, you know, you are doing the right thing with the money and knowing when to bail out instead of just accepting, you know, or keep going and putting money into a problem, you know, instead of trying to eliminate the problem. Don't waste money, different things like that. So that's why I'm telling the story, but I will tell another story later on. But this one right here is really good. It lets you know that when you start your business, you want to make sure that you have a strong financial advisor, accountant, someone that's going to give you the information you need and let you know when to bail out.